Okay, the ASCA National Model is what we're going to take a look at today. It's a framework for school counseling programs, um, and it has components to help impact academic um, achievement, attendance, and discipline built in within it. It is based on three domains. We're going to be addressing academic, social, emotional, and career domains in the ASCA National Model. Um, the first of the four components would be define, and define is where we take a look at the standards that we base our comprehensive school counseling program on. And so those standards are developed by the American School Counselors Association, and they are the ASCA mindsets and behaviors for student success that would give us those things that students would need to accomplish or have. The ethical standards for school counselors, which would give us what the responsibilities are ethically for school counselors, and then the school counselors' professional standards and competencies. And so, following those things, we get consistency throughout the nation of school counseling programs, and that is an important thing. The next component is manage. That helps us to plan, organize, and control the comprehensive school counseling program. And in within the manage category or component, we have two areas of focus. We have the program focus, which is going to deal with the beliefs, the vision, and the mission of your program. And the vision and mission must line up or needs to line up with your school's vision and mission so that you're accomplishing the same thing within your district. Um, and then the other part of manage is program planning. And in program planning, we are going to use data. We're going to use student outcome goals. We're going to use action and lesson plans, calendars. We're going to look at our use of time. It's important that we balance that correctly. And according to ASCA guidelines, 80% of our time should be in direct services to our students and only 20% spent in indirect services. So it's important for us to manage that amount of time and looking at use of time and what you're using your time on in your counseling program. You're also going to have an advisory council. That would be time that you would spend with them and looking at things that would improve your school counseling program. And then you'll have your annual administrative conference with your site principal, where you lay out the year's plans and look at the goals and things with them and go over all of that. The third component is the deliver component. This is deliver has two areas, direct and indirect services. Indirect services you will be addressing the things that you do directly with your students. So, for example, instruction would be part of that component. Like for me, it would be guidance classes, is one of the ways that we instruct our students. And then, through other maybe assemblies or things like that that we might do in larger groups, but and it can be in small group instruction or even individual. If you have a student struggling with something, that you can pull them in and take go over. Maybe they're having a trouble with stealing. And so you could do some lessons with them on stealing. That would be considered a direct service. Um, Appraisal and advisement is another component of the direct services. That would be, helping students to evaluate where they're at, where they want to be, have they got the credits they need, those kinds of things. Advisement is lots of times done at maybe the higher levels, but um, it's good to always go over the things that the students need and make sure they're getting what they're needing. And then counseling is the last one. That would be where you're actually, working with students, helping them work through crisis situations, or maybe they've had a death in the family, or maybe a friend has hurt their feelings, any kind of things that would come up like that on a day-to-day basis. And then on the indirect services, you would be doing things like consulting with someone maybe that has more training or more experience. For example, in our district, we have a licensed mental health professional. So many times I contact her and we get together and brainstorm and go over what we could do for a certain group or a certain class or an individual that maybe needs some help. And or like if there's a situation that they're facing, so lots of times I just bring her in with me and we are able to visit with the student together. Collaboration is very important. Um, our district has a weekly counselors meeting from all 5 sites, and we get together and talk about things that we can do to improve our programs. We share ideas of things that are working really well. We share ideas of things that didn't go so well and ask for advice and troubleshoot, if there was a way that we could have approached something differently. So I think that's been a very crucial part of my experience because they have so much more experience than I do. And it just gives me insight into other people's ways of handling things. And then the last one's referrals. Um, the school counselor cannot serve everyone. In my school, I have around 260 students. So I'm really close to the ratio that is recommended for through ASCA, the 1 to 250 ratio. And so, but even with that, you can't see every student and fill every need. So that's why we have referrals. And school counselors are not meant to be the therapy long-term therapy providers. And so we troubleshoot, we help them work through a situation maybe, but if we see that it's something that needs a little bit further attention, we contact parents, get them involved, and help them find the resources they need. And our district has a list of vetted resources that are providers in our community. And we use that to share with our parents so that they can find the resources that they need. And then the final component of the national model is assess. And assess means measuring the effectiveness of the school counseling program. And that involves two areas. We're going to be looking at the program itself. How effective was it? What did we need to do different? What could we do to make it better? And what really worked well. And then the other part of that is evaluating ourselves as the school counselor and assessing what we have done and how we could improve our own abilities and better serve our students. So that's just a recap of the ASCA National Model. And many of those resources to do the assessment, I forgot to mention, are available on the ASCA website. So it's a great resource to go check out. All right, thank you.